Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you guys are here and I hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Today's video, you guys, is one that I am so excited to share with you. And I know that I say that a lot, but I mean, if I'm here filming, I should be excited to share it with you. But this one in particular really freaked me out because it is a very strange, unsettling, and thought-provoking Randonautica experience. Now, we haven't talked about Randonautica in a hot minute here on my channel, but I was just recently researching a case that involves Randonautica, and I stumbled on this forum where this girl shared her experience that happened last summer, and it is just chilling. So I wanted to share it with you guys. But before we get into today's video, I would just very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, YouGov. YouGov is an easy way to earn cash and gift cards for just sharing your opinion. It's free to join, and as a member, you'll receive points for completing short surveys and just answering questions via their app and website. YouGov is an incredible way to treat yourself without dipping into your current funds. Like, you could use YouGov to pay for your next pedicure or even your home decor if you're anything like me. But it is just an amazing way and an easy way to earn cash and gift cards. So thank you so much to YouGov for sponsoring today's video, and make sure you guys click the link down in my description to start making money. But without further ado, let's get into today's story, because as I mentioned, it is chilling. All right, so this story begins last summer, and I think a lot of Randonautica experiences really began last summer. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but pretty much all throughout my initial quarantine when I was in isolation in my house and I was scrolling through TikTok and all the different other forms of social media, I was seeing a whole lot of people having Randonautica experiences. And I think immediately a lot of people were either A, intrigued by Randonautica, or B, absolutely freaked out by it, or C, I guess they just didn't really understand it. I have to say I fell more on the nervous side. I've never went randonauting. I covered Randonautica last year on my channel. We talked about it and all the different theories surrounding it. And today's video doesn't put my mind at ease where those theories are concerned. But Rebecca last summer had absolutely no initial interest in Randonautica at all. So last summer, all of her friends are like diving into Randonautica. They're all enjoying themselves on the app. She said a couple of them had some like odd experiences, like it took them to like strange areas, but nobody had any of like the viral TikTok Randonautica traumatizing experiences, so to speak. But she was just pretty uninterested in the app in general. She wasn't the type of person who was adventurous. She describes herself as a homebody, somebody who actually enjoyed the fact that she had to stay home. And she had, as I said, just no interest at all in playing Randonautica or going randonauting. But she started to notice pretty quickly that with the growing hype of the app, she was getting a ton of like signs from Randonautica. Every single form of social media she would go on, somebody would be talking about Randonautica, posting about it, or she was seeing it, to the point of almost insane. And she was asking her friends, are you guys seeing it as much as I am? And they weren't. And her friends would even compare, like they would send each other screenshots or show each other over the phone, like how much she was getting advertisements, so to speak, of Randonautica and how often it was popping up than in comparison to her friends. She literally described it as though the app was stalking her. Like anywhere she opened her eyes, she was seeing something or hearing something about Randonautica. One day she said that she was just really bored with lockdown, even though she is a homebody, and she decided to go on the app store to go through and see like what different apps she could download and play while in isolation. And the very first thing suggested to her was Randonautica. So at this point, she's like, why is this app showing up everywhere? Like, is it all the hype? Is it that much fun? So she decided to grab her phone and download Randonautica onto her phone. Now, both her mother and her brother were deemed essential. So during the day, she would be completely alone, hence why she was kind of bored. So she decided, you know what? It's a beautiful day. I'm gonna go get some fresh air. Let's see where this app takes me. So she gets in her car and she's heading to the location, and the location is in like this very odd wooded area. And immediately she starts to like get a little bit nervous. She's like, I came alone. I've seen some creepy things on TikTok and on different apps with people randonauting, but she pushes through her fears, gets out of her car and heads into the wooded area. And what she found was disturbing. There was about 6 printed pictures of her. Keep in mind though, they were pictures printed off of social media, like they were available online. They weren't like personal photos or anything, that were stuck on like shrubs, and one was stuck to a tree. Now immediately she started panicking and looking around and wondering who'd followed her here, or who knew she was coming here, or what the heck, like how was there pictures of her in this forest? And she started to think someone was playing prank on her, but she had no idea how the app could have generated the location that would have had the pictures of her. So she decides to take the pictures. She takes the pictures off of the like shrubs and the one off the tree, and she brings them home and she sends them to her friends, and she goes, what do you guys think is going on? Like, this is insane. And all of them thought that she was messing with them, that she'd set this up, that maybe she was gonna make a TikTok about it and try to go viral or something. They just weren't buying it, and I can understand that. So she waited for her older brother to get home. He gets home and she shows him the pictures, and he's like, what the hell are these? And she explains the situation, and he absolutely does not believe her. He thought the exact same thing as her friends. He's like, you're playing a prank, there's no way. He literally looked at her and was like, you haven't wanted to play this ever. You go out there and the randomly generated location that it takes you to is a place with your pictures? Like, how does that make any sense? But her brother actually had, like, the next day, he was starting his shift later. So the two of them decided that they were going to use her phone once again, and she was gonna show him that something very strange was happening with her app. And he did not believe her, like, whatsoever. It's very important to keep that in mind. You guys, the next day, she once again just like generates a random location, goes with her brother, and once again, it's kind of like this rural area, like there wasn't really anybody around or anything around, but there were a couple of trees. They walk over to the location and they're like looking around for clues. And initially her brother's like, hey, clearly nothing is going on here. Like, why did you drag me out here? This is dumb. Until all of a sudden they go to leave, and she turns around and notices carved into one of the trees says, believe now, with a question mark. And both her and her brother have no explanation for it at all. Now, she was saying in the forum her only regret is that she didn't take video or picture proof. She initially just grabbed the pictures of herself and left, and then her and her brother were so freaked out they ran and they left, which I can kind of understand, because ultimately, like, when I've been the most afraid, I'm not standing around trying to get some sort of content. I'm running as fast as I can. But people on the forum were basically saying to her that she could have just made this up, that if there's no proof, it didn't happen, which I can also understand. But I mean, the way that she wrote in the forum, she was traumatized and terrified, and she was writing like, do not use this app. I think there's something deeper going on. I think they like knew about me, or like they knew that I was going there, or there's something much more sinister involved in it. But either way, I thought that it was eerie enough that I really wanted to share it with you guys and ask you guys all of your thoughts and opinions. Do you think that it's true? Do you think she really did have that experience and was just too scared to take the picture or like get the video proof? Or do you think she made it up? Or why do you think, if it is true, her pictures were there, and how do you think they got there? Please, please, please let me know, you guys, in the comments below. I also want to know, have any of you guys played Randonautica? Have you went randonauting? And if you have, what was your personal experience? Do you think the app is just meant to take you to random locations and get you out there? Or do you think there is something darker going on? I definitely want to know all of your guys' experiences as well. As I mentioned, I do have a case coming up very soon with a very eerie Randonautica case involved in it. So make sure you guys keep your eyes peeled, turn on your post notifications, and that is it for today's video. Once again, I would just love to thank YouGov for sponsoring today's video. And as I mentioned, make sure you guys click the link down in my description to start making money. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would absolutely love it more than you will ever know if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, I love to do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you.